I'm Ronnie and this is Multicultural Motherhood, the place where I talk about how to raise multicultural and multilingual children at home, as well as general chit chat about multicultural family life. Today I would like to share with you some of the reasons why I use the nature curriculum, Exploring Nature with Children. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up and went to school, we never studied nature at school. It was not part of the curriculum, it's not part of the national curriculum, and I just didn't know anything about nature when I was growing up. So studying this curriculum with my children, it's really like I'm learning it for the first time myself. That's one of the things I love about homeschooling as well. You can just learn continuously with your children. But honestly, it has absolutely changed our lives. So this nature curriculum has been written by a lady called Lynn Seddon, and she is a homeschool mum herself, and you can really see within this curriculum how the Charlotte Mason philosophy just flows through this curriculum. Charlotte Mason was an educator about 100 years ago, and she actually wrote some really amazing books about how to educate your children at home. I want to delve into why we use this nature curriculum in our homeschool, what we love about it. There are so many amazing things about it, and honestly, I have to say that using this curriculum this past year in our homeschool has absolutely changed our lives. Number one, it encourages outdoor learning. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time stuck in a classroom. And the great thing about homeschooling is we don't have to be stuck and contained within four walls. We can go out and about. We can, if it's a beautiful day, we can take our work outside. We can go and explore nature. We can go and sit by a river. We can go let the children run about in a field. It encourages you to get outdoors. And that is one thing I absolutely love about this curriculum. Charlotte Mason actually said that children should be spending between 4 and 6 hours a day outside. Now that might seem a lot, but it's something to work towards, isn't it? I mean, recent studies have shown that the average child is spending only 16 minutes a day outside. And to me, that is just shocking. I mean, why are children not getting out and about? So what I love about this curriculum, it encourages you to get outside with your child. It encourages you to go and explore the beauty in the world around us. That brings me on to number two. It helps children to learn about the world around them. So when you're out and about in nature, it just encourages you to slow down, stop, pause, and just take a look at the beauty that is all around you. You know, go and have a look at a flower, have a look at the colours, how many petals it's got, have a look inside, see what you can see. Are there any bugs on it? What are the shapes of the leaves? What colour are the leaves? It just encourages children to stop and actually explore what they are seeing. Explore the sights, the sounds, the smell. How many times have you walked past a seed head and not taken a look at it? I mean, I did not even realise before I started studying this curriculum that there were different types of seed heads. They were different shapes, different sizes. But you know, the first week of September last year was seeds, and we went out and we had a look at all the different kinds of seed heads we could find. And you know, I was just surprised. And then we collected some, we took them home and we observed them. We took a closer look. We looked at the similarities, the differences. We found out about seed dispersal. It was such a fascinating topic for me. And you know, things like wildflowers, trees. I mean, I did not know anything. I didn't know what type of tree was one from another. I did not know anything about the flowers. To me, a yellow flower is just a yellow flower. I didn't know about all the different names. I mean, I might have known a buttercup, but I certainly had no idea what St. John's wort was, for example. But this curriculum has really helped us to start to learn to identify the names of things. And you know, it's brilliant now because when we go out, the children will be pointing at things and they'll be saying, oh look, there's St. John's wort, oh look, there's an oak tree, for example. And before that, they were never really doing that. And even with birds as well, they often say to me, oh, is that a blackbird, is that a raven, is that a blue tit? You know, this is something that they were never ever doing before. So it's just brilliant that now the children are starting to get to know about the natural world around them. Number three, it is so easy to follow. The activities are really well explained, and all the equipment and the books that you will need It's just broken down really simply and easily. It gives you manageable amounts of information, and then it will tell you a list of extension activities, which you can pick and choose the ones that you want to do. And the recommended reading list is also brilliant because, again, it just takes the planning away for you. I mean, it's just got lists of the recommended books, both fiction and non-fiction, so you can easily see what kind of books go with the topic, and then you can go and see if you can find them in your local library or purchase them yourself. The other thing that makes this curriculum really easy is there is now a guided nature journal for you to use alongside the curriculum, and that is 470 pages of printables which you can print out that go with each weekly topic. And that is something that we've recently started to use in our homeschool to go alongside the nature curriculum, and it's been really useful because it just gives you extra ideas and extra materials to use and just makes life easier for you. Number 4, it takes the stress out of homeschool planning. So as you will know, if you are a homeschooler, it can be quite stressful planning each year, and this just takes the stress out of it for you. I mean, everything is already done for you. It's written out, it's got lists of recommended books, lists of extension activities, all the material you need. Everything you need is there, and to be honest, it has been a complete lifesaver for me this year because I had a new baby back in October. So, you know, just at the later stages of my pregnancy and having a newborn, it made my life so much easier because I didn't have to think about it. I just had to pick up the curriculum and have a look and read to my children what was in it and do the activities with them. It made my life so easy. So when I had very little energy and little time to do planning as I was looking after a newborn, it just meant that the children were still learning, and it encouraged us to get out and about outdoors, and which is really important for children. It's really important that they get that outdoor time every single day. I did not need to think about it. I did not need to plan anything. So it is brilliant. If you're going through one of those transitional stages in your life, if you have a new baby, if you're moving house, or something like that, it is really, really brilliant to follow a curriculum like this, which makes your life easy. Number 5, it covers a wide range of topics. The topics are divided by season and then into months and then weeks. So each month has 4 weekly topics. So there are a couple of weekly breaks throughout the year, which is brilliant because we all need a break. So 4 topics per month, so you will be studying 48 different topics in the year. And these are a wide range of topics, from studying flowers, to studying trees, to learning about the plant life cycle, bee life cycle, butterflies, caterpillars, the night sky. There are just a wide variety of topics, and it has been so fascinating to learn about all of them this year. Number 6, it incorporates a number of traditional school subjects into each weekly topic. So by traditional subjects, I mean maths, English, science. A lot of those are incorporated into each week's topic. So for example, you could study art by doing some nature journaling, looking at the picture study, doing some arts and crafts. You get a bit of maths in there by measuring the rainfall or measuring the length of your caterpillar. We had great fun studying caterpillars this year. It was the first year that we ever actually got the baby caterpillars in a tiny little tubs, and we watched them grow. It took a couple of weeks for them to grow into big caterpillars and form chrysalis, and then we unfortunately we didn't see them emerge from the chrysalis, but we put them in the butterfly cage and we saw them as butterflies after they'd emerged, and it was absolutely fascinating. The children were so fascinated by it. So yeah, every day we did have a look and see if we could measure the little tiny caterpillars to see how they grew. The children made a graph from that information, so it was a brilliant learning opportunity. English is another subject that gets in there. There's a poem to look at each week, and also some of the extension activities are writing your own poem or making posters. Sometimes we make posters, you know, different types of butterflies or different types of caterpillars, or how one of the things we did was how caterpillars actually protect themselves. So the children made posters out of that, and so they did lots of writing about that. Science is another great one that gets in there, and we've studied things like why do the leaves change colour in the autumn, butterfly life cycle, how do bees make honey. There are so many science learning opportunities in this curriculum. There's just so much to learn. Number 7, it is cheap. I mean, $18 for a whole year's curriculum is really, really good, in my opinion. What other curriculum do you know that is that cheap? You pay one payment of $18 and you have the curriculum. You can use it over and over again. Now that there is also the guided nature journal, that's also a really good price, only $10 for that. And that gives you 470 pages of printables. So again, absolutely brilliant value for money. So what you do is you just purchase one and you can print off if you've got 2, 3, 4 children, however many children, you can just print it off for each of your children. So really good value for money. Number 8, I mentioned this briefly just now, but you can actually reuse the curriculum again and again. So for $18, you can literally use it for the rest of your homeschool life, to be honest, because, you know, every year the topics are still relevant. Every year the seasons are the same. They do not change. You know, in autumn, you've always got the seeds, always got the leaves changing colour. Moved through to winter, you've always got that cold weather and what comes with that. And then through spring, you've got all the new shoots growing up, and summer with the hot weather, and you're able to spend loads of time outdoors. So every year, the curriculum is relevant, and every year your child, as they get older, they're going to get something more out of it. They're going to get more out of it. So each year you'll be able to study the same topics in more depth. You know, some people say to me, why would you want to study the same thing every year? Why would you not? You know, why would you not want to go outside and observe what is happening to the world around you? Why would you not want to do that? I mean, for me, it has been absolutely brilliant. I just love it so much. So now I just want to give you a quick look inside the nature curriculum so you can see how it's laid out. So you purchase Exploring Nature with Children as a PDF, and then you can just print off all of the pages. And I've actually put them into these folders. And there are quite a lot of pages. I think there's about 240 pages in the whole curriculum. So I had to put it into 3 of these folders. I know other people who've printed it off and got it bound. But, you know, there's just loads of ways you can do it. This is how I've done it. And as you can see, this one starts with May. So this is our final third of the nature curriculum. And it starts with caterpillars. So what it does is it gives you a little bit of information about caterpillars, and each week there's also a nature walk to go on. So it will just give you a bit of detail about the nature walk, what kind of things you should be looking out for in your nature walk. Some scientific things here. Then it tells you about recommended reading. So each week there are pages that you can read from the Handbook of Nature Study. So that's the kind of book that goes alongside the nature curriculum. However, it is more of an American book, so some parts are not relevant for British nature study, but we found it quite useful. It is actually, I would say, more for older children. So my children are a little bit young to get a lot out of it at the moment. But it's a really good book full of loads of detail for a little bit older children. And then it has book lists. So there's fictional books here and non-fiction here. This week it's also got a biography if you're interested in reading a biography about that particular topic. Then there's a poem to enjoy for that week and a piece of art to study. And what I love about it is it covers a wide range of different types of art, from modern art to classical art, and it just gives children a bit of an idea about all the different kinds of art there is out there. So then we get on to the extension activities. So it gives you some activities that you can do alongside, like this one had make models of caterpillars with clay, create a bar graph. That's what we did. About the caterpillar's growth. So each week there are just different extension activities. The next week was caterpillars as well. Garden ants, that was another one in May. So it's got a bit about the ant life cycle. And extension activities, that was as I was saying, sometimes it's poetry. So one of the things to do was to write a poem about an ant. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of information here, and it's just a lovely curriculum. Finally, I wanted to mention that at the moment there is the summer sale going on and there is 20% off everything. So I will leave some links down below. If you are interested in purchasing the curriculum at this time and getting that 20% discount, then please do click on the links below and it will take you to the place where you can purchase those. Also, I did want to say that now there are also some other books that are coming out. There's one about Midsummer, there's another one coming up about the harvest, which has just been released. So there are more books. If you're interested, I may actually do a separate video about those to go into more detail about those. But I just wanted to let you know that there are more books coming out and more things that can be incorporated into the nature curriculum. And if you've been following me on Instagram, you'll see that I've been doing monthly blog posts about our nature studies each month. So if you want any ideas for that, then you can just take a look at that. And I will leave some links to my blog down in the description box below so you can have a look. If you need any ideas, then just take a look at that. There's loads of ideas. And also, if you follow me on Instagram at Multicultural Motherhood, you will also be able to see that I'm always posting pictures about our nature studies. So do follow me on Instagram for more pictures and updates about what we're getting up to in our nature studies. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for notifications about all my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.